In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, one true God, may His grace and mercies be upon us forever and ever. Today is the third Sunday after the Feast of Assumption, which is otherwise called Shunoy. And the reading is from Matthew chapter 17, verses 22 to 27. Jesus is announcing His passion. Well, after the healing of an epileptic, Matthew just straight away going into the announcement of passion. And of course, the reference or the source for Matthew is Mark chapter 9. Matthew has shortened the announcement of suffering, or the second announcement of the details of the second announcement of Mark chapter 9, and he substituted disciples' sadness for their lack of understanding. Mark interpreted the second prediction, or the second prediction of passion, in an existential way. In the context of the pericope of James and John being fighting, or the dispute for their ranks. The announcement of suffering is more detailed in Mark chapter 10. Here we have a king who is going to suffer for his folks, and that's the true King Jesus Christ. And this is the time we celebrate the national festival of Kerala, Onam. The mythical king Mahabali, or I would say the Adivasi, or the Dalit, or the scheduled caste, or the scheduled tribe, or brown-skinned or black-skinned king Mahabali. Yet the just ruler, he is being killed by the dominant class, or I would say the white-skinned Vamana icon, white-skinned icon or representation, or the dominant class representation, Vamana. And it's custom for all of us who have roots in Kerala to celebrate Onam. And of course, it's a great time, it's a great family time. People do enjoy the family get together. They have all the sadhya, the food, and everything is a great celebration. But I would like to point to the anti-climax of Onam. And this is nothing against the celebration of Onam. Well, who is killed? Or who was killed? Who was the just ruler? It's the Mahabali. And who was the unjust person in the story? It is the Vamana. Who killed the just ruler, Mahabali? It's the Vamana. And we do have floral decorations. We do have the flower arrangements, which is called the Pookalam. And on the mid of the floral decoration, we do have a wooden prism shape. Something is placed. And do you know what is that represent? Is that we are on the center of the floral decoration, we are placing Mahabali, or are we placing the Vamana? Well, it is the Vamana is being glorified. The Vamana is being worshipped, or I would say, is the arrangements are to glorify Vamana. And that is the anti-climax of Onam. Well, as we read the gospel that depicts the suffering, or the announcement of suffering of the real King, Jesus Christ, and celebrating Onam at the same time, we also need to realize the anti-climax of Christianity. With Onam, the anti-climax is we are identifying with the aggressor. We are glorifying the aggressor rather than being compassionate or being empathized with the Mahabali, the just ruler. We are glorifying Vamana. the unjust, yet the dominant one. And the same thing is happening in Christianity. That's the anticlimax of Christianity. We do identify with the dominant. We do identify with the aggressor. We do identify the one who has power. We need to realize that Christ is being lost from Christianity. We need to realize that suffering is being lost from Christianity. We need to realize that justice is being lost from Christianity. We need to identify that love, caring, sharing is lost from Christianity. We need to realize that equality is being lost from Christianity. We preach and practice prosperity instead of suffering. We preach and practice justice for a selected few rather than justice for everybody. We preach and practice hate to propagate the dogma of love, which is even unknown to Christ. We do not believe in equality or equal opportunity to all, but only those who are, in an American context, legal. We care and share for selected few, announcing nonsense charity programs in public. If public appraisals are not there, we don't have any programs, we don't have any charities, we just forget to care and share. Just like Onam, we are celebrating the anticlimax. It doesn't mean that we don't have to celebrate Onam. It doesn't mean that we don't have, we don't need Christianity. We don't need Christ. Today is a special day as we celebrate Onam and listen to the gospel that announcing Jesus' suffering. We need to get back Christ back into Christianity. We need to get back love and caring back into Christianity. We need to get back justice and equality back in Christianity. We need to get back caring, sharing back into Christianity. And I believe that is the true essence of any celebration. Going back to its classic form, going back to its original form, going back to the essence of what it is meant for. And may the Almighty Father helps us to celebrate the suffering of Christ by going back to the true spirit of Christ and true spirit of Christianity. I wish all of you a happy and prosperous Onam. Thank you once again. May God bless us all.